Now we're good to go. Okay. So as you find your seat, letting your eyes gently close, turning your attention inside. And we're going to start by taking in a few deep inhales through the nose and then letting out nice big fat exhales through the mouth. So inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. A few more times like this. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And one more time, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Letting your arms relax alongside your body. Inhaling, shoulders up to the ears, exhaling them back and down. And doing this a few times, letting go of the day and the week. Anything you might be holding on to or carrying with you. So with each exhalation, each shrug of your shoulders, you're letting go a little bit more. And the next time those shoulders roll back and down, clasping your fingers behind you, squeezing out your shoulder blades, breathing here. And releasing your hands and letting your hands rest on your knees or your thighs. Palms can face either up or down. Settling into your seat. Feel your sit bones, your tailbone rooting down into the earth. Feel yourself being held and supported. And from that grounding, begin to feel your spine rising upwards as your shoulders spill down. Let your heart spread open. Softening your throat and your jaw. Relaxing your lips and your tongue. Softening the muscles around your eyes. Softening your eyelids. Relaxing eyebrows and forehead. Crown of the head opening to meet the sky. Surrendering to your breath. To that ebb and flow of prana, of life force. Letting everything else go. Arriving where you are. Beginning to practice Dirgha Pranayam, full complete breath, using all three parts of your lungs to breathe. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, the upper chest. Exhaling down from the upper chest, through the ribs, and drawing the belly in to complete the exhalation. You might begin to layer on Ujjayi Pranayam, oceanic breath. Sound of waves moving along the shore, wind moving through the trees. And that gentle constriction the back of your throat. Surrendering to your breath, to that ebb and flow of prana. returning to it as you practice. On your next inhale, reaching your arms up, palms touch. Exhaling, hands down to meet at the heart. Connecting to your heart center, to what you need, to where you are right now. For the sacred space, offering up your own intention, dedication, prayer. Letting your practice flow from this intent, this dedication, this prayer from your heart. You can just softly open your eyes, coming out of your seat and shifting to your hands and your knees, tabletop. Spreading the fingers, stacking the joints. Inhaling into your cow facing pose. Exhaling cat. And finding your own rhythm, your own flow here. Adding on child as you feel ready. Moving like a wave of water. Riding the current of breath. And the next time you exhale back into child, reaching your arms forward, letting your head spill between the shoulders, breathing here. And beginning to make your way back to your hands, back to your knees, tabletop position, drawing that belly button up toward the spine. Inhale, extending the right leg, squaring those hips, and left arm, thumb pointing to sky, or just moving your right leg, so up to you. Exhale, drawing in, slow and steady. Inhaling, extend, moving from the center of the body. Exhale, drawing in. Inhaling, extend. Exhale, drawing in. Inhaling, extend. Exhale, drawing in. And the next time you inhale and extend, taking an extra sip of breath here. And then exhale, letting that go, coming back to your hands, coming back to your knees, tabletop position. And setting up for opposite side. So belly button to spine, extend the left leg. Perhaps extending right arm, thumb pointing to sky. Exhaling, elbow to knee, slow and steady. Inhaling, extend. Keeping the hips neutral. Exhale, drawing in. Moving from the core. Inhaling, extend. Exhale, drawing in. Inhaling, extend. Exhale, drawing in. And the next time you inhale and extend, breathe here. Exhaling as you release. Wide like a child, knees mat width, tips of the big toes kiss. Belly spilling between thighs and forearms and forehead on the earth. Breathing in. Breathing out. Gradually rolling your way up so you're sitting up onto your heels and making your way onto your back. So from here, you're going to draw your knees into your body, one hand on each knee, rocking, circling, breathing. And we're going to play with a spinal rock, which will move toward boat pose. And you can explore different variations of boat pose that I'll offer you. So hands are going to be on the backs of the thighs or on the shins below the knees. And as you inhale, you'll rock up and then exhale, rock back. Just make sure you avoid your neck, your cervical spine, but everywhere else is fair game. So waking up the nervous system here. And the next time that you rock up, you're going to shift toward preparation for boat. So feet are pretty much at the front of the mat. There's about 3 or so feet between your heels and your gluteals. And your spine is long. Hands might be on the backs of the thighs, below the knees. Heart is open. And staying here is an awesome option. Offering up different options, you choose your own adventure. You might walk your feet in closer toward the body so that you're on the tips of your toes, moving toward the tailbone, keeping the spine long. You might lift your legs so your calves are about parallel to the earth. You might straighten your legs. I'm not going to, but you might. Just keep your spine long. And wherever you are, whether you're where we started or your legs are straight, open your arms like you're holding a giant beach ball or a giant pumpkin. And keeping your spine long, exhale, turn to the left. Inhale, center, so it's slow and steady. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center, lengthen the spine. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. And then inhale, center. And wherever you are, you're going to release, cross your legs. Let yourself pour forward. Take a breath. And then make your way toward your hands and knees. And you might roll forward of your legs or find any other transition that's supportive to you. So we're coming back to a tabletop. Spreading those fingers, drawing the belly in. And you're going to find your plank here. So you might come onto the forearms. You might stay in tabletop. You might extend the legs. Shifting toward the heels, if you're in this variation, draw your belly in. Long line of energy from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. And then moving from your beautiful core, exhale, lift your butt up. So drawing belly button to spine. Downward facing dog. And I highly encourage you to play with your dog, especially if you're feeling a little stiff like I am. You've been sitting a lot. So walking the dog, wagging your dog tail, moving your spine. You can move your head and neck and shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. From down dog, you'll begin to walk to the front of your mat. Uttanasana. Feet about hip width, parallel. Bending the knees, belly to thighs, head heavy. Hands either resting on the floor, stabilizing the shoulder joints, or resting on the legs or on the upper arms. So chin is really tucked, head is super heavy. You might sway a little side to side. Let your face relax. Connect to your breath. Pose of surrender. On an inhale, you're going to reach those arms out, lengthen the spine, press your feet down, float your heart up. Let the palms touch above you. Exhaling, hands down to meet at the heart, connecting to your heart center. Finding your foundation through the feet and the legs, the core. The heart is spreading open, shoulders spreading down. On an inhale, reaching those arms out and up. Exhale, bending knees, hinge from the hips, pouring forward. Stepping the left toes back for your low lunge. So left knee touches down, right knee is above that ankle. Inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale, sweep them back. Inhale, spilling forward. Exhale, sweeping back, open the heart. Again, inhale, spilling forward. Exhale, sweeping back, finding your variation of this lunge. So that place where your body feels like it's really experiencing this lunge in a way that just feels organic to you, feels intuitive. The breath is steady, the mind is steady, lower back is okay. Maybe saying hello to your left psoas and quadriceps, your hips. As you're ready, you'll let it go. Pour forward, shift back toward that left leg, stepping into tabletop, and setting up for your inchworm. Spreading the fingers, spin the inner elbows out. Drop the belly, lift the butt. Heart a little forward of shoulders. Gluing elbows into ribs, gradual descent. Chin and chest on the floor. Extend through those legs, reach through the toes. Low cobra. Exhaling back toward downward facing dog. Drawing the belly button toward the spine. Breathe here. As you're ready, transitioning to the front of your mat. Finding your forward bend, honoring your body. Paying attention to the lower back, the hamstrings, even the shoulders so they're not collapsing into the ears. The neck is super relaxed. Rising up to standing. Letting those palms touch above you. Exhaling, hands back to the heart. Coming home. Bringing awareness to your feet, your legs, your core, your torso, your heart, your shoulders. Inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale, bow. Hinging from the hips, leading from the heart. Stepping right toes to the back of your mat for a low lunge on the left side. So right knee touches down, left knee above ankle. On an inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale, sweep them back. Inhale, spilling forward. Exhale, sweeping back. And one more time, inhale, pouring forward. Exhale, sweeping back. Finding your own expression of this pose. Let it be a living, breathing posture. Noticing where you are, breath by breath and moment by moment. And letting go of any expectation or attachment around the pose, around the practice, around your body, your life. As you're ready, pouring forward, setting up for your flow. So shifting the left leg next to the right. You can move through the vinyasa that we did a few moments ago. You can find your own vinyasa or skip it and come into child or dog. Letting your intention guide you, your body guide you, your breath guide you. And from either down dog or child, depending on where you are, you're going to transition into a high lunge on the right side. So if you're in dog, you'll inhale, float the right leg up. And exhale, begin to gradually bring the foot forward. If you're in child, you'll come to the hands and knees and transition toward your high lunge from there. So you might have fingertips on the floor in this high lunge. Left knee and heel are lifted. You might gather in your blocks, have them underneath your shoulders with the hands resting flat on the surface of the block so you're not gripping. You might have hands on the hips or arms reaching up toward the sky. Breath is steady wherever you are. We are going to flow a little bit here. And for me, I like using blocks for this flow. So listen to your body, but just FYI. So your hands are going to be either side of your foot. And as you exhale, you're going to gently extend the right leg. You don't need to straighten it. You're extending it. And you're squaring off the hips. So you're kind of shifting the right hip back and left hip forward a little. And then you're bowing to your right shin. So really getting into your hamstring muscles here and calf muscles. And then as you inhale, you're going to bend the knee, lengthen the spine, and open the heart. So as you exhale, gently extending the legs, squaring the hips, bowing. Inhale, bending the knee, lengthening the spine, opening the heart. Let's do this 2 more times. Exhaling as you extend and bow. Inhale as you bend and lengthen, opening heart. Exhaling, extend and bow. And then inhale, bend and lengthen, open that heart. And this time as you exhale, you're going to step the left foot next to the right. So take your time finding Uttanasana, noticing how your right leg feels compared to your left. From here, you're going to make your way into chair, Utkatasana. And then exhale, lift up to standing, maybe a gentle back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart, coming home. Inhale, sweeping those arms out from the heart. Exhale, bow to the earth. And make your own way back into either dog or child. So again, you have the option of moving through some kind of vinyasa or half vinyasa. And you have the option of skipping that. Just being true to you. Making it up as you go. Setting up for that high lunge on the left side. If you're moving into it from dog, inhale, floating left leg up. And exhale, beginning to bring the left foot forward wherever it lands, helping it along from there. Smile as you make that adjustment. And you're just setting yourself up. Maybe you're using blocks, maybe you're not. We try to do about the same variation of a pose on each side just to balance our body, but we also want to respect differences between the 2 sides. So we're starting with the lunge itself for a few breaths. Breathing into it before we flow. And then setting up for that flowing motion. On an exhale, gently extending the left leg, squaring off the hips and bowing. Inhale, bending the knee, lengthen the spine, open the heart. Exhale, very gently extend, hips are square, bow. Inhale, bend the knee, lengthen the spine, open the heart. Again, exhale, gently extend and bow. And one more like this. Inhale, bend that knee, lengthen the spine, open the heart. Exhaling, extend and bow. Inhale, bend the knees, setting up for your transition into a forward bend. Shifting into the left foot and stepping that right foot next to the left. Uttanasana. Let the head go. Let the body spill like a waterfall toward the earth. On an inhale, finding chair pose. Exhale, rise, perhaps opening through the heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands returning to the heart. So inhale, sweeping arms out and up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lifting up halfway, nice long spine. And as you exhale, begin to flow. And again, that might mean vinyasa. It might mean stepping right into dog. You can come into dog and then move into plank. Since you are practicing on your own, you can really play with what supports you. So whether in dog or child, setting up to transition into the right side for warrior two. If you're in dog, inhale, floating right leg up. And exhale, just gradually shifting the foot to the hands. Be mindful of those wrists. Pivoting to the outside of the left foot. And finding your alignment. Right knee moving toward pinky toe, above right ankle. Lifting the heart, turning on the core. Tailbone drops, abdominals lift. Reaching through those arms. And with that sweet lunge, inhale, reverse, exalt your warrior, maybe looking down the left leg. Breathe. And then exhaling into side angle by reaching your right arm past your chest. And left arm reaching past your left ear. So a little more core here, lateral core muscles. And then from here, you're going to straighten the right leg. Let your right hand just spill along the inside of that leg. For a moment, place the left hand on the lower back to release it. Open your heart to the sky. And stay here or reach the left arm above the shoulder for triangle. Looking up, straight ahead or down. And again, getting into your core, which of course is optional. Staying here, you're definitely working the core. You might reach that left arm past the left ear. You might reach the right arm up like you're holding onto the crescent moon. And wherever you are, as you inhale, you're going to come all the way back up. Exhale again into warrior two. Inhale again into reverse, exalted warrior. Exhale, windmill. Fingers either side of that foot. Shift to the left toes. Open the heart. And then bring your right arm to the inside of your right leg and sweep your toes forward. And totally welcome to use a block here. So hands can be on a block or on the floor, anywhere. Just being mindful that you're hinging from the hip flexors and not the lumbar spine. So bending knees can often be a really nice option. Letting the head go so your neck doesn't have to hold on to it. And breathing into those big muscles of your hamstrings, your quads, your gluteals, and getting into the IT band a little bit here too as well. And then you'll begin to walk your hands over to that right foot, pivot the right toes forward, come onto those left toes, plant the hands, plank pose. You can come onto the forearms or the knees. Shift back toward the heels if you're in the position I'm in. Draw the belly up to meet the spine. Long line of energy from crown of head to soles of feet. You might move through a push-up and back bend, or move with me into dog, or child. Breathing in wherever you are. Breathing out. Setting up for warrior two on the left side. So make your own way there from wherever you are. Moving mindfully, moving attentively, compassionately. playfully. Setting up for Virabhadrasana 2. Left knee moving toward pinky toe and above ankle. Dropping that tailbone, lifting those abdominals, turning on the powerful core. Reaching the arms out, shoulders melt, heart spreads open. And with that sweet lunge, begin to reverse. Exalt your warrior. Find your breath. And then as you exhale, you're moving toward a variation of side angle that is turning on the core. So you're reaching your left arm past your heart, right arm past your right ear. And then from here, you'll straighten the left leg. Let your left hand just spill alongside it. Right hand on the lower back, sacrum, lumbar. Open your heart. And then reach that right arm above the shoulder for Trikonasana triangle. Looking up, straight ahead, or down. Staying here, this is awesome. Or moving with me, reaching right arm past the right ear. And lifting left arm up like you're holding onto the crescent moon. So a little more core. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse, exalt. Exhale, windmill, fingers either side of that foot. Shift to the right toes. Wide-legged forward bend. Left arm inside of left leg. Sweep your toes forward. We're going to move into a twist from here. So right hand can be below the face, on a block, on a mat, on the floor, or your right hand might be on your on your left leg. Totally up to you. What works for your body. I like to have my left hand on my lower back. It just reminds me to keep my back neutral. And then you're twisting to the left, keeping that back in a neutral position. Maybe lifting the left arm up. Feeling, if you're like me, feeling your left IT band, talking to you a little bit here. Exhaling as you let that go, you're going to switch sides. So left hand either below the face or on the right leg, right hand on the lower back. And you can always bend your knees here too. Keeping your back neutral, twist to the right. Maybe reaching the right arm up. Breathe. And then exhale, let that go. Walk your fingers over to the left foot. Pivot the left toes forward, come onto the right toes. And we're going to make our way into a tabletop position as a midway point for our next pose. So we're going to do forearm plank here because it's like super duper core. So coming onto your forearms, you can clasp the fingers or palms can be on the mat. And then extending through those legs. And you can extend through one leg, but if you're extending through both, again, shifting back toward the heels a little bit and really feeling your core body turning on. Giving our shoulders a nice stretch and challenging ourselves. We'll lift up into dolphin. So lift your dolphin butt up to the sky. Walk those toes in. My heels are nowhere near the floor. So don't worry about where the heels are. Really lifting up into your hips and stretching out your shoulders. And then from here, being mindful of your wrist and shoulder joints, begin to straighten the arms for down dog. And from downward dog, traveling to the front of your mat. Take your time. Uttanasana. Let your body naturally fall into the pose. Breathe. Inhaling into chair. Exhale, rise. Inhale, mountain. Exhale your hands to your heart and close your eyes here. Standing meditation. Come back to your intention, your dedication, your prayer, yourself. Letting the eyes softly open. Inhale, sweeping those arms out and up. Exhale, bow. And once again, make your way into downward facing dog. So you have the option of moving through a plank, a push-up, a back bend, or stepping right into dog. From dog, inhale, floating right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, a little bit of fire hydrant. And then gradually begin to bring that foot toward the hands. Again, be mindful of the wrist and shoulder joints as you make that transition. So from here, we're setting up for dragon pose. You might want to block nearby. You're going to walk your right foot over to the right side of your mat. Arms are along the inside of your leg. You might want to give that left knee a little patting because we're going to place the left knee down. And you can play with the position of your right foot. You might come onto the pinky toe side with the sole of the foot off of the floor. Just really listen to your right knee and make sure that it's okay whatever you do. And the left knee, so shifting out of the left knee and toward the quadriceps. So finding our dragon, you can have your hands on a block. You can have your forearms on a block. You have the option of having the forearms on the floor. Lengthening your spine wherever you are and breathing into those big muscles of the hips, the quads, IT bands, psoas, wherever you feel this. The face relax. Stay with that breath. So it's a little bit of yin, but it's also yang because it's so intense. Not that yin can't be intense. What we're going to do from here is set ourselves up for half monkey, half split. You might do full monkey, but I'm going to do half. So taking both of those blocks, you're lifting up out of your dragon or lizard. It's also called lizard. Probably stepping that right foot forward, maybe stepping the left leg back a little. You're playing with that. I like to have my blocks under my shoulders approximately. And then, woo, flexing the right toes. So the sole of your right foot is facing away from you. Square off your hips. We have a tendency to torque our hips because that makes the pose easier. Usually if a pose is easier, as strange as this sounds, it's also more likely to injure us. So we actually want to find that variation of the pose that really challenges us. And that usually is the safer variation. So really breathing into your hamstrings, here, your calf muscles, your IT band, the whole leg is getting attention. More the back of the leg than the front, but still. If you're using blocks, there is a tendency that we have to collapse into them and grip those blocks, which is just going to bring tension all the way up our shoulders and into our neck. So try to be very light on those blocks. Imagine the blocks are lifting you up rather than you collapsing down into them. And then planting your hands into those blocks, so now you are pressing down or into the floor. You're going to gradually release. Sliding the right leg next to the left, noticing how the two legs feel in comparison to each other. Good time to take in a deep inhale through the nose, let out a big exhale through the mouth. Okay, so once again, we're setting up for our forearm plank. This time you might take a block and get intimate with it. Sliding it up between your groin or into your groin between your upper thighs, squeezing it. And then coming back onto those forearms, either fingers clasped or palms down, and extending through the legs. Try not to stick your butt out. Instead, feel that long line of energy through the whole body. So pretty much the only part of your body that's not engaged are your facial muscles and maybe your fingers if you're clasping the fingers. But almost every other part of your body is doing something. And once again, with the block, you're going to lift into dolphin. Sticking your dolphin butt up, spreading the shoulders down. It's a pretty deep stretch in those shoulders. Lifting through the hips. And being really mindful of your wrists and shoulders, you'll transition toward dog. And then from here, and this is the fun part, you're going to walk your feet apart, nice and wide, and let that block go. And give yourself a little wide-legged dog stretch. So again, getting into the IT band and big muscles of the legs. This is also nice for releasing the back. And if your block is in the way, just toss it, kick it to the side. Walk those feet back toward each other. And step to the front of your mat. Uttanasana. Sitting into your chair. Rising up to standing. Arms into the body. Hands at the heart. Notice how you feel. Inhale, reaching arms up. Exhale, pour forward. Making your own way back into downward facing dog. Or child, or tabletop. If you're coming into dog, on an inhale, you'll lift the left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, a little bit of fire hydrant. And set yourself up wherever you are for your dragon. Bringing the left foot forward and to the outside of the mat, to the left side. So arms are along the inside of your leg. Supporting that right knee as it comes down. Making adjustments here, noticing what you need on this side. So again, we try to do about the same variation on both sides to balance our bodies. But we don't want to be rigid about that. If one side needs something very different, it's important to honor that. Step by step, breath by breath, block by block, moment by moment, paying attention to what you need, to where you are, moving into that place that is challenging for you, moving toward your edge, but not falling off of it. I invite you to close your eyes or let the eyes be very soft. Let this be an internal practice. Breathing into what you feel, into where you are. And giving yourself permission to feel. So yin pose, despite its intensity. It's a pose of surrender, going deep and letting go. You begin to make your way toward your half monkey, Ardha Hanuman, half split, Taking your time. Maybe walking the left foot forward, maybe stepping the right leg back a little, maybe using the blocks. Square off the hips so you're not externally rotating the right hip. Both hips are facing forward. Coming on to the heel of your left foot. In order to open our hamstrings, we do need to flex our left foot, our left ankle really. And you're breathing into the big muscles in the back of your leg, those hamstring muscles, the calf muscles. Again, make sure you're not collapsing down into the earth or into the blocks. Face is relaxed. Breath is steady. Mind is focused. Pressing down into the blocks or into the earth as you gradually let this go. Bringing the left leg next to the right. Noticing how both legs feel now. You can take your blocks and place them to the side and make your way into your child. Letting go here. Let everything fall away. Breathing in. Breathing out. And you're going to slowly roll yourself up, sitting up onto those heels. Interlace your fingers behind you, squeeze out your shoulder blades. And this is called Yoga Mudra. I haven't done this for a while, so bear with me if I get a little confused. But I believe, and of course be mindful of your shoulders, where they are. You can always hold on to a strap. We are going to be using a strap shortly, so you'll want it nearby anyway. I believe it is something like this. So you're kind of coming onto your head. And, you know, be mindful of the neck, that your neck doesn't feel smushed. But you're actually getting to some energy points here in the head. And you're reaching the knuckles toward the ceiling, or if you're holding onto a strap, I mean, same idea, like this. And you're really getting into the shoulders and the shoulder blades and the scapula. And then to come out of it, you'll just gently lift yourself up, roll yourself up, and notice what you feel. Our head is not used to getting that kind of attention or stimulation, so you might feel some interesting things. And squeeze out those shoulder blades. Drop your chin to your chest while you're here. Really get into the neck and shoulders. Breathe. If you have a tendency to kind of stick your belly forward and overarch your spine, drop the tailbone. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Really get into the left side of your neck and left shoulder. Again, keep that tailbone gently dropping if you have that tendency to overarch. Draw the chin back to the chest, and we'll move to the other side. So left ear toward left shoulder. Breathe into the right side of the neck, right shoulder. And then bringing the chin back to the chest, release your hands. Inhale those shoulders up to the ears. Exhale them back and down. Again, just notice how you feel. So using our strap, we're going to come onto our backs. Starting with the soles of the feet on the mat and letting the back of your body relax here. Give yourself a little bit of time to adjust. Nice deep breath. It's one of the best IT band stretches is with the strap when we do the twist movement, which is also just one of the best stretches we can do for our body because it gets into so many areas that really need attention. So you're going to take your strap, place it around the ball of your right foot, and we're going to move into that twist. We've done plenty for the hamstrings already and even the adductors. So you're going to start by extending your left leg out in front of you, taking the strap into your left hand, right arm is out to the side, pretty much in line with the shoulder, palm up or down, you decide. And you're going to gradually move that right leg over toward the left. Now, when I move my right leg just a couple of inches, I immediately start to feel it in that IT band. So you can stay here. This is awesome. Or you might begin to move it further. If that supports you, getting into the lower back, getting into the abductors, getting into the hip, lots of areas. You might shift your shoulders over to the left so the right shoulder has more room to relax. You might turn your head to the right, stretching out the neck and shoulder. Breathe wherever you are. Pay attention to the expression on your face, quality of your breath, and the state of your mind. We know that the only way that our body will open up into these poses is when the breath is full and deep and smooth and steady. As you're ready, you'll gradually come out. You might want to bend the right knee a little, slowly coming back to center. I'm bending that knee a lot. Release the strap. And before you switch sides, just give yourself a little hug. So hands around the shin or the thigh below the knee. Let the back of your body melt into the earth. And take a few breaths here. Let this be a passive pose. So your arms are just like heavy weights on your leg. You're not pulling the leg. Moving to the other side, you're going to draw that left leg in. Place the right foot down. And place the strap around the ball of the left foot. Gradually extending the left leg to start. Extending the right leg. Taking the strap into the right hand. Left arm out to the side. And beginning to move. And I encourage you to move slowly. So I encourage you to take at least a few moments with your leg just moving a little bit. So your back is on the floor. So you're really getting into that IT band. And then, of course, you have the option to stay here or to bring your leg further over to the right. So the hip stacks on top of the right hip. And shift the shoulders to the right and turn the head to the left. And they're all options. You can choose to do something and then decide it's not right for you and do something else. Noticing the quality of your breath, the state of your mind, the expression on your face. You might want to close your eyes. This be an internal practice. Breathing in, breathing out. Giving your body time to open up. Slowly release, perhaps bending the left knee a little, coming back to center. Bending the knee a lot, giving yourself sweet love here. So it's very gentle. Hands around the shin or the thigh. And again, instead of pulling the legs, your arms are passive. Back of your body spreading into the earth. Breathing in and breathing out. And as you're ready, you'll begin to spill into your Shavasana. You can turn off lights or place a folded strap or towel over your eyes. Making yourself comfortable here. Letting go. Dropping down into the ground. Surrendering to the earth. Whatever you might be holding on to or carrying with you, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, letting it all go. You can pick it all up again after Shavasana, after your practice, but for now, let it all go. Giving yourself the gift of this final pose. Dropping deeper and deeper inside, into the center of your being, coming home. And slowly deepening your breath. Moving your fingers and your toes. Circling wrists and ankles. Reaching your arms overhead, stretching your legs out in front of you, stretching out the entire length of your body and letting go of any residual holding. And then drawing your knees in, give yourself some love here. And as you're ready, you'll roll over to one side into fetal pose. Take a few breaths here. And then begin to slowly lift yourself up. Make your way back into your meditative seat. Letting your eyes close. Relax your arms alongside your body. Nice and heavy toward the earth. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale them back and down. Interlacing fingers, knuckles to earth, heart to sky. And as you inhale, release your hands and reach the arms up above you. Palms touch. Exhaling, hands down to meet at your heart. Coming home. Bowing your head to your heart. To that wellspring of infinite compassion. Infinite love. And to the true teacher that resides within you. Om Shanti. Peace. Namaste.